Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Super Sports Central. Today, we will be going over my top 20 remaining free agents and potential landing spots for them and where I think they will land. So now that the MLB Lockout is finally over, free agency is finally has finally resumed, and the season is we're actually still going to get to see 62 games. So, before we start, Carlos Rodon and Clayton Kershaw are both not on this list as they both signed before I recorded this video. Carlos Rodon to the Giants and Kershaw to the Dodgers. So my number 20 remaining free agent is Brad Miller. So he played with the Phillies last season. He's a utility player, not the biggest name on the market, but I think the Phillies could definitely bring him back, especially with the DH headed to the NL. Number 19, we have Andrelton Simmons. So he looks like he's going to go to the Cubs right now. He's not a huge name, but the defensive all-star has some landing spots, such as the Yankees, obviously the Cubs, as that's where it seems like he's going to go, or the Rockies. But it seems as of now he's going to go to the Cubs. 18, we have Zack Greinke. So he isn't as good as he used to be, but he's still a decent middle-of-the-rotation guy. Landing spots for him include the Cardinals or Braves. Cardinals, because they've gotten a lot of aging veterans in their rotation. And Braves, because him and Charlie Morton could help stabilize a young rotation. I do think Zack Greinke will end up in St. Louis. Number 17, we have Andrew McCutchen. So he is getting older, but he can still be valuable in the NL. Because now that the NL needs a DH, he could also still play the field, but I think we could see him in a Pittsburgh reunion, and that's where I think he will end up. Number 16, we have Michael Pineda. He's getting older, but can still provide rotation depth. I think he could go to the Blue Jays, and they could move current fifth starter Ross Stripling to the bullpen, as he's pitched from the bullpen before. So I think that'd be a good fit for both Pineda and the Blue Jays. Number 15, we have Tommy Pham. So the aging outfielder is coming off a season with the Padres. So he's not super old, whoever he is getting up there. I think the Padres could opt to bring him back to play DH. There's also a scenario I see where he could go to Cincinnati to replace Nick Castellanos, who's on this list in a few minutes. But I think he's going to end up going back to San Diego. Number 14 on my list is Jock Peterson. So Peterson was a key player in the Braves World Series run. But with Ronald Acuna Jr. set to come back from a torn ACL, Peterson could end up walking in free agency. However, I think the Braves do opt to bring him back. Number 13 is Yusei Kikuchi. So Kikuchi declined the player option to play for the Mariners this season, and I think he's going to end up going to Chicago to play for the Cubs, as the Cubs desperately need some pitching. Number 12, we have Eddie Rosario. He was key in the Braves' postseason run, the NLCS MVP. I think he could go elsewhere aside of Atlanta. I think he actually goes to the Mets, as the Mets are looking to replace Michael Conforto, who rejected the qualifying offer the Mets gave him, who is also on this list in a minute or so. Okay, maybe 2 minutes. Number 11, we have Nelson Cruz. So the veteran DH could definitely go anywhere after the universal DH was implemented in the new CBA deal. I think the Dodgers could very well get Nelson Cruz. He could play DH, and he's also played a few games at first base, if they miss on Freddie Freeman. So I think he goes to the Dodgers. Number 10, we have Jorge Soler. The World Series MVP was a valuable piece for the Braves, and I think they're going to bring him back to play mostly DH. However, he could also play the outfield, and he was a great piece in Houston playing DH. He had a clutch home run, and I believe it was Game 1. I'm not sure. But Soler should definitely go back to the Braves. Number 9, we have Kyle Schwarber. Coming off a great season, he's a great piece. Tons of power, but very inconsistent, as we saw last season. I think he's going to go to the Brewers. However, he could also go to the Rockies. Brewers, because they have a lot of good pitching. They have one of the best rotations, and they have a good bullpen, but they have trouble scoring. So I think a power bat such as Schwarber makes sense. Number 8, we have Anthony Rizzo. So Rizzo played for the Cubs and Yankees last season, and Rizzo said he wants to re-sign with the Yankees. But do the Yankees really want Anthony Rizzo to return? There's rumors of Freddie Freeman or Matt Olson I think Rizzo makes the trip to the Red Sox. And I think he's a great fit because he's hit so many foul ball home runs in his career. And with pesky pole there, I think he could definitely benefit, and so could the Red Sox. And as a Yankee fan, I'd be okay with Rizzo returning. However, obviously I'd prefer someone like Matt Olson or Freddie Freeman. However, Rizzo is not a bad other option. Number 7, we have Michael Conforto, who rejected the qualifying offer from the Mets. He could go to the Marlins, the Brewers, or the Guardians. I think he goes to the Brewers. For the same reason Kyle Schwarber, because they need some good hitters. Number 6, we have Kenley Jansen, the longtime Dodger closer I have going back to LA to play for the Dodgers. He's been a great closer, and I think the Dodgers should definitely bring him back as their end-of-the-bullpen guy. Number 5, we have Nick Castellanos. So he's coming off a great season with the Reds. I think the Giants could definitely sign him. Do the Giants really want to spend that much money to go after him? I think he could also go play in Philadelphia for the Phillies, playing on a team that's already got JT Realmuto, Rhys Hoskins, and Bryce Harper. I think that would potentially be the missing piece the Phillies need for a playoff berth. Number 4, we have Chris Bryant. So he could definitely go to the Mariners, who are looking to replace third baseman Kyle Seager, who retired at the end of last season. And I think he actually will end up in Seattle, as that's going to be a great fit for Bryant. Number 3, we have Trevor Story. I could see him going 2 places, either the Yankees or the Astros. The Astros, because they definitely need to replace Carlos Correa, and the Yankees, because shortstop's their biggest need, and they're going to need someone to kind of be like a bridge shortstop until either Anthony Volpe or Oswald Peraza, both shortstop prospects, are ready to come up to the majors. I think he will go to Houston to replace Correa. Number 2 is Freddie Freeman. I would be shocked if he doesn't go to one of these 3 teams, the Braves, the Dodgers, or the Yankees. So, earlier, during last season, it looked like the Braves, there wasn't a chance they'd let him even reach free agency. However, it looks like the Dodgers are pretty interested in him right now, and it looks like he may get away from the Braves. I think he'd go to the Dodgers, but as a Yankee fan, I really want him to come to the Yankees, obviously. Number 1, we have Carlos Correa. So, being a Yankee fan, obviously, I don't really like the Astros. And I don't really want Correa, but I wouldn't be complaining if we got him. I mean, he's one of the best shortstops in the game. At the end of this, at the beginning, I actually wanted them to get Corey Seager. But obviously we know that's not happening as he signed before the lockout. But I think the Yankees do end up hitting the home run here at shortstop. Getting the best player available in the market still. And I think he's going to definitely be good for the Yankees. So, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. Comment where you have either one of the big name free agents going. Probably tell me where you have Carlos Correa going. I'm interested to see that. And tomorrow we will be doing essentially the same thing, but for the NFL, as their free agency starts on Monday. So like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you for tomorrow's video.